Before becoming billionaires, they first had to earn their first million. And that first million is the hardest. Because at that stage, they don't yet have the network, not yet the notoriety, not yet the power. Just an idea and a risky decision. What you may not know is that the path to $1 billion almost always starts with a first strategic bet. And today, we're going to break down exactly how they did it. By the end of this video, you'll understand the common patterns that allowed some of the world's most famous entrepreneurs to earn their first million. Not their first billion, their first real turning point, the one that changes everything. The problem is that 90% of people never reach that milestone, not because they don't work hard enough, but because they follow a model designed for security, not for financial explosion. Fixed salary, slow raises, low risk, little leverage. While they trade their time for money, others are building systems. Take Jeff Bezos. Long before Amazon, he worked at an investment fund on Wall Street. Comfortable salary, promising career. Then he saw the growth of the internet, more than 2,000% per year at the time. He understood that this was a historic opportunity. He left everything behind. He launched Amazon in a garage. His first million didn't come from a salary. It came from the rapid growth of his company's value. It comes from the rapid growth of his company. He traded security for potential. Elon Musk? Before Tesla or SpaceX, he co-founded Zip2, a software company for newspapers. He lived in his office. He slept on a sofa. In 1999, the company was sold for around $300 million. His share earned him more than $20 million. His first real financial leverage. It wasn't Tesla that made him rich in the beginning. It was a strategic exit, a sale. Warren Buffett, on the other hand, started out differently. No tech startup, no garage. He invested as a teenager. He bought stocks, started small businesses, and reinvested every dollar. By the age of 30, he was already a millionaire. Not thanks to a stroke of luck, thanks to capitalization. Time plus discipline plus constant reinvestment. But that's not the most important thing. The real commonality between these trajectories is neither exceptional intelligence nor luck. It's leverage. First principle. They used leverage. Business, technology, capital, network. They never depended solely on a salary. Second principle. They took a calculated risk at a key moment. Leaving a stable job, investing heavily, launching an uncertain product. Comfort has never produced a quick first million. Third principle. They reinvested aggressively. The first million wasn't used to buy luxuries. It was used to amplify. Musk reinvested almost everything in his next projects. Bezos put everything back into Amazon's growth. Buffett let compound interest do its work. Fourth principle, they saw a wave before anyone else did. The internet, software, undervalued markets. They didn't create the wave. They just rode it faster. And here's the reality that few people want to hear. Your first million will rarely come from a pay raise. It will come from an asset, from a stake, from a scalable project, from an investment that works while you sleep. That doesn't mean everyone has to launch the next multinational corporation, but it does mean that staying solely in a linear model mathematically limits your potential. Look around you. Every great fortune began with an uncomfortable decision, a moment when cautious logic said, stay stable, and ambition said, take a chance. The difference between those who reach their first million and those who stagnate for 40 years often comes down to one factor: accepting temporary uncertainty for potential exponential gain. In 10 years, you'll be in the same place, or at a completely different level. The question isn't, is it possible? The proof already exists. The real question is, what lever are you willing to pull? Because making your first million isn't about genius. It's about strategy, timing, and courage. So tell me in the comments, what calculated risk would you be willing to take to change your financial trajectory? share, and subscribe to change your life.